What's good, family? Most of y'all know me as Ross. Hi, Sharin. But I like to reintroduce myself as Marcus. That's my birth name. And I wanted to just kind of share some things, some thoughts. I wrote down some of my thoughts on this paper, and I'm just going to share them with you all. I'm not looking for anybody to agree with me. I'm not looking for people to disagree with me. I'm just putting some of my thoughts out there. And if you choose to, meditate on it, you can leave a comment, respond. I'm just kind of sharing where I'm at in my life right now and the things that I've recognized and seen over the years. Fact and reality are two principles that are different, but both are set up in order to establish a position. For example, in the US, non-whites are considered minorities, which establishes a reality. But factually, non-whites make up 9/10 of the global population. So who's really the minority? Over the course of my short life, I have wrestled with the relationship between blacks and whites and have consistently been bombarded by the overwhelmingly unjust and unequal treatment of my people. When is enough enough? How many more generations do we have left that can endure this type of wicked treatment on behalf of this white supremacist system that we find ourselves in bondage to? How many more millions of our men and women can we risk being locked up or drugged out or Uncle Tom'd or murdered, victimized by gang violence, involved in sexploitation? How many more of our men and women are going to continue to buy into the demasculinized and defeminized movements, making great gains into our culture? How many more can we risk? Now, I love information just as much as the next scholar or knowledge seeker. Whether you are into religion or spirituality, quantum physics, metaphysics, numerology, astrology, Egyptology, the Moorish science, Afrocentrism, Rastafarian, civil rights, veganism, vegetarianism, naturalism, racism, Mayanism, or whatever it may be, it still does not solve the most crucial and relevant elements that oppress black people, which is undeniably white supremacy. Now, by no means am I an expert in this area of white supremacy. I'm not an expert. But as black and non-white people, we know that it exists and it has dominated our lives for centuries. And we have accepted it, tolerated it, embraced it, and will continue to fall victim to it until a unified front is developed and neutralized to neutralize it, counter it, and replace it with justice, equality for all humanity. Now, I don't have all the answers, and I don't know how we can unify a severely divided people. But I can try to reach out to my African brothers and sisters and remind them that we can move forward together, that we can learn together, that we can build together, that we can grow together, that we can fight this system together. The system can only dominate us if we remain divided. As slaves, our ancestors were united under the evil of slavery. Now we must unite once again to secure true freedom. If we can learn to put our religious philosophies, ideologies, political positions, educational and class preferences, economic status, etc. in perspective, we may be able to see that this system of white supremacy is in control of that also. Just about every facet of our lives have been controlled and dominated and dictated by this system. And until we admit that and confess that, we remain a people destined for absolute control and destruction. Never forget that our ancestors, leaders, organizations, and elders that fought and died and sacrificed for our ultimate freedom, the freedom of black people. And sometimes it seems like we've already forgotten. We can't forget the struggles. We can't forget the sacrifices, the bloodshed, those that have voluntarily been incarcerated for our movement toward freedom. We as black people and even non-whites have our work cut out for us. We have a lot of work to do. But as history has shown, few are the workers. Many want to benefit from the works, but don't want to put in the works. We have to begin to educate ourselves so that we may free ourselves of this system. We have to learn how to unite and come together instead of always finding our differences to continue to divide even more than we're already divided. We don't need any more division. We got to wake up. We got to stand up. We have to unite, unify, organize, educate, uplift, stand in the gap. Some may die. Lives may be lost. But that's part of the struggle. So be thankful for life as we celebrate achievements toward freedom. This your boy Marcus, and I'm out.